Your best is not enough. It's actually an outdated version of who you used to be. It's an old operating system. Your best is not enough. It's just not. If you want a new identity, if you want a new program, if you want a new story, you're going to have to step it up. You got to step it up, baby. You want to do something new, you have to think in a different way. You have to move in a different way. You have to think and behave in a different way. So, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Your best is not fucking enough. So, that's not going to work. You can't if you want to do something new, you have to think and move and act differently. Your best, what you thought was your best is the old story. If you want to transform your life, you can't do what used to be considered your best. You want a new identity, you want a new program, and you're operating from an outdated operating system. It's like a computer. You're trying to upgrade the computer, but you're using old software. So yeah, no, your best isn't enough. You got to do some different shit. New environment, new setting, new behavior, new habit, new mindset. It's got to be different. You have to do more. You have to do differently. You got to operate from the end state. You have to operate from what your higher, best, potential self would do, from the newer version of you, not the old version of you. The old version of you needs to die. They can't go with you. You can't sit with us. Fuck your best. You have to do more. You got to do more. It's not even an option. It's not even an option. So you got to think differently. You got to move differently. You need to sit down and meditate and be mindful and be still and figure out what that even looks like for you. You can't follow anyone else's example. You can't look at social media. You can't go out of your way to ask people for advice and follow and copy other people. You got to figure out what that means for you as an individual. You got to tap in with God. You got to tap in with your higher self. You have to figure out, what does that mean for you as an individual? If I want to do more, if I want to go different places, what is the newer version of me doing? What does my higher self want me to do? What does God want me to do? If the version of you right now, that person can't go where you trying to go. You need to do more. The old version of you used to sleep in. Nigga, you can't sleep in no more. Like, the old version of you used to snooze. You can't snooze anymore. If you think the best you can do right now is you waking up half of the week and getting out of bed on time half of the time, and that's the best you can do, that's not enough. You need to be doing it 7 days out of the week. You need to set that schedule for yourself. You need to show up for yourself. You need to set specific deadlines, schedules, objectives, goals. You need to set the benchmark and you need to get to it. You have to set the benchmark and you have to accomplish that thing. So you saying, like, oh, I'm really tired. I just feel like it's out of alignment for me right now. I just can't. It's just the best I can do because I'm tired. Okay, so that's not enough. If the best you can do right now is not getting you to where you need to go, then why the fuck would you keep doing it? If that's the best you can do, and that's all you're gonna do, well, I'm sorry, then shit, you're out of luck, man. That's not gonna work. That ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna work at all. The best you can do is sometimes do your workout and sometimes get to work on time and sometimes get to places on time. The best you can do is sometimes follow through on the things, but not all the time following through on the things. That doesn't make any sense at all. If that's the best that you can do, then you're fucked, man. You have to do more. You have to do more. You have to show up in a different way. You have to move differently. People always say, do your best, try your best. Your best is not enough. Sorry, babes. Uh, I don't know what to tell you, but your best is not enough, actually. Ooh, yeah, that's not gonna cut it. And maybe that involves a process of pruning and refinement. Maybe that involves a process of elimination in terms of, people you used to be around, things you used to consume, different social media content. You know, you have to really inundate yourself with different material in your reality when you're creating a new reality, when you're transforming yourself into something you haven't seen before. You have to visualize differently. You have to meditate differently. You have to work out and exercise differently. You have to eat and consume different things. So, if the best you could do was maybe hitting a portion of your protein goal like 3 days out the week, that is subpar. That is suboptimal. You are operating from a suboptimal level. If you're trying to get to this level, but you keep claiming to yourself the best that you can do is here, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. If you think that the best that you can do on a scale of 1 to 10, you think um the best that you have is what, like maybe a 6? Okay, crank it up to like a 9. Damn. Figure out what it looks like. Go within. Figure out what that different version of you is showing up as, who they're showing up as, what they're doing differently, how they're thinking, how they're moving, how they're acting, who they're talking to, who they're around, what are they consuming, what music are you listening to, what is the subconscious programming you're not even aware of half the time. If you're in the same environment doing the same thing all the time, like take a different path. Literally just walk and move and drive in a different route than you're used to. And that might create new neural pathways in your brain for you to be thinking and moving differently. It'll change your perspective little by little. But if the best that you can do is keep to your old routine and maybe change a couple of things out of it, that ain't gonna get you nowhere. That's your potential is not being potentied. Your potential is not being potentied if you think you can get away with half-assing. No, no. What? You over here serving up bullshit on a silver platter to yourself. This is you to yourself. This is, if we take the idea of, you know, take the idea of social media away, take the idea of broadcasting your wins and your highlights away. If you remove that filter, if you remove that platform, and you really just figure out what it looks like for you on an individual level when nobody's around, and that's the best that you can do, don't think about the idea of broadcasting to other people. Don't think about the idea of showing what you're doing just to make a point, just to prove it to people. You don't need to showcase your fucking progress. Just make the fucking progress. Move in silence, man. People have really lost the art of shutting the fuck up and doing what they need to do. Move in silence and then pop out and show niggas. Sometimes that's what you need to do. You have to go through a process of refinement when nobody is around. You have to change your sense of integrity and character when nobody is looking. Are you sticking to the alarms that you set, or are you just snoozing every other day because that's the best that you can do because you're tired? You know how many times I've been tired and I still show up to shit I don't want to do, like work at 7:30 in the morning. I got to get up at 5 a.m. to go work in a restaurant I don't give a fuck about because I had to pay the bills that way because I didn't want to be an asshole and not show up. Operating on like no sleep, 3 hours of sleep, maybe less. You know how hard it is to show up when you don't feel like it, when you don't want to, when you're going through mental health issues and struggles, but you show up differently? Yeah, so that, if you apply that mentality to where you want to go in life, things will look differently. If you become a lot more stubborn about what you want and you stand 10 toes down in that shit, and you also recognize you want it for you and not for the sake of validation and acceptance from other people. It's something that you want, and it comes from a good heart posture. You figure out what are the action steps necessary, what are your daily non negotiables, what are your non negotiable habits. Are you staying hydrated? Are you taking electrolytes? Are you meditating? Are you being mindful? Are you being forgiving in your process? When you start to unlock different things that happen to you and different things that you went through, are you working on the heart posture of forgiving and forgiveness, or are you holding a grudge and resentment and contempt towards people that's really just clogging up your energetic field? Because that'll slow down your momentum, that'll slow down your progress and your personal transformation. And honestly, it's just gonna it's gonna make it a little bit more muddy than it needs to be. If the best that you can do is, you still talk shit about people behind their back consistently, and you pretend to be one way when you're not that way, that ain't gonna cut it. You have to do more than what you used to do. You have to do what's required. You can't do your best anymore. You have to do what's required. You have to do the uncomfortable thing, and you have to show up in a way you don't fucking feel like it, because that is what is required for your new level of personal transformation. You have to do what's mandatory. You can't just do your best. You have to do what's mandatory. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and get off of here because I'm about to get rained on. Somebody had to hear that today, okay? Fuck your best and do what's required. That's all I came on here to say, y'all. That is all I came on here to say. Y'all be blessed and take it easy.